Hi everyone. So I'm 3 weeks out from my marathon race. My A target and my B target races were obviously cancelled by COVID, so it's a solo marathon for me in 3 weeks time. And I just thought, if you've seen the last video where I've explained where I've gone from a 5:45 marathon down to a 3:28, well, that's the target for 3 weeks time, is to get a new PB, hopefully. Obviously it won't count, it won't be an official PB, but it's been a target through lockdown and one I'm really looking forward to having a go at. So I just thought I'd go through my last 3 weeks training and what I've got planned for this week. So yeah, over the last 3 weeks, 3 weeks ago I had a half marathon, an official race, although it was a kind of time trial event due to social distancing. I ran 1:31 there, so bang on 7-minute miling. A little bit outside my PB, but really happy with that, to be honest. Seeing as I was just racing myself. It was wet, it was miserable, it was cold. I just got over a chest infection, so I was pretty pleased with 1:31, to be honest. The following Sunday I had a couple of rest days, a couple of easy days, and then the following Sunday I did 18.5 miles at about 8-minute miling pace, so a minute a mile slower than half marathon. Again, another couple of rest days, an hour of alternating 3-minute efforts. So an hour of 3-minute efforts, alternating 10 seconds above, 10 seconds below target marathon pace. And that's a really tough hour. When I sort of compare it to the half marathon pace, which is a lot slower, or considerably slower, it shouldn't feel that hard, but I think because you're accelerating and decelerating and holding that pace for a couple of minutes, it really makes it a tough session. And then, so that's 3-mile warm-up, an hour of over-unders, 2-mile cool-down. That was about 10 days ago. Then the Sunday after that was a 20-mile run, which was 5-mile warm-up, 6 miles marathon pace, 1 mile easy, and then 5-mile marathon pace into 2-mile recovery. It worked out to be 20 miles. It was 11 miles at marathon pace. It was really windy that day. It was like 25-mile-an-hour winds, which, if you look at the countryside around here, it's very, very flat. A little bit undulating in places, but pretty flat, to be honest. So we don't have much in the way of hills, but boy do we get strong winds around here. So it was 25-mile-an-hour headwinds for that 20-mile run, and that really took it out of me. Again, 2 days, 1 day recovery, and then 2 easy days, just sort of 5-8-mile runs, about 90 seconds a mile slower than half marathon pace. Then on the Thursday, which was 4 days after that long run, on the Thursday I did 2-mile warm-up and then 6 by 10-minute effort at target marathon pace, that was 3-minute fast jog recovery, so more of a steady pace recovery. So 10-minute marathon pace effort times 6, 3-minute fast recovery into a 2-mile cool down. So that was a 14-mile run, I think, on a Thursday night. Went very nicely, to be honest. No, the wind had eased off. It was this kind of time of day, so cool as it is now in November, but not too cold, not too wet, not too windy. So that was quite a nice session. And then on the Sunday, just gone. On the Sunday just gone, I did 22 miles at a consistent 8:10 pace. So that's about 30-40 seconds a mile slower than marathon pace. right the way through. I chose a hilly 5.5 mile loop just near me, so a hilly 5.5 mile loop. I set up my van as a little aid station on the route, so I didn't have to carry drinks and gels. I try and make these runs as easy or as not too complicated or as race-like as I can. So I plan my gels, I plan my water stops, I take salt tablets. I try and make that side of things as stressless and pain-free as possible. So it was 4 laps, 5.5 miles per lap, 22 miles at 8:10 miling, and that went really nicely, to be honest. That went really well. Tough on the last mile, tough on the last couple of hills, but you expect that. It was bang on 3 hours, 2:59 I think. A good solid 22 miles, and that's the second of my biggest runs for this marathon block. So now here we are starting this week. So that run was Sunday. Monday is a rest day. I always have 2 rest days a week, and that's complete rest. Obviously I'm working and doing stuff around the house. My wife might contest that a little bit, but I am doing some bits and pieces. It's not a complete rest day. It's just not running, it's not strength sessions, it's not swimming, anything like that. So Monday is a rest day. Today is Tuesday? Yeah, it is Tuesday. So today is a bit of a threshold set. So I haven't done many of these just recently in this marathon block. So it's a threshold set, 2 mile warm up, then a 10-minute block of my threshold pace, which is 6:49. So that's my best hour pace at the moment. So as you can tell, that's sort of 10 seconds a mile quicker than current half marathon pace. So I've got a 10-minute block of threshold into a 3-minute recovery, then a 5-minute block of threshold and a 1-minute recovery, and then another 10-minute block of threshold. So that's 25 minutes at my threshold pace. I'm doing that out and back along my favourite road, as you can see here. You may have seen it before, if not on Instagram, then certainly it's on my YouTube videos. Low Road in Workwell. As you can see, it's a beautiful quiet little country road, fairly flat, and so I'll go from home. In total it'll be 8 miles, so 2 mile warm up, 10, 5 and 10 minutes of threshold pace, 2 mile cool down. So that's Tuesday run. Wednesday is 5 mile recovery, and that's about 90 seconds a mile slower than marathon pace. Thursday is another big run, so that's a 4 mile warm up. That's 4 blocks of 16 minutes at marathon pace with 3-minute recoveries, and they're fast recoveries. They're not walking or jog recoveries, they're back to my sort of steady pace for the recovery, so the heart rate just dips a little bit but doesn't come right the way down. So just trying to manage holding that marathon pace. As the heart rate just starts to creep up a little bit, just bring it down again with a steady recovery. So 4 blocks of 16-minute marathon pace, 3-minute jog recoveries, and that'll add up to be about 13 or 14 miles. That is the Thursday run. Friday is my rest day. Saturday will be a 7 or 8 mile, just easy, steady, sort of slightly progressive run for my easy recovery pace of 8:30 miling through to 8-minute miling. So just as I loosen up and as I warm up, just slightly pick the pace up, but nothing too hard. And then Sunday, so this is my Sunday run 3 weeks out from the marathon. It's going to be 22 miles again, but with 12 miles of marathon pace. So it's a big run on Sunday. I think it's 6 miles warm up, then 7 miles marathon pace, 1 mile recovery, then 5 miles of marathon pace, and then 2 or 3 miles cool down afterwards. So I'm going to do that on the course that I've chosen for my solo marathon, so I get a feel of how marathon pace feels on that course. The course I'm going to use is going to be a 4-lap course again, so I can have my own aid station set up on the way. So that's a 22 mile run this Sunday. That's my plan for the next week. That adds up to about 55 miles. Pretty much my biggest week, but I've been fairly consistent around about that mileage. So that's a little run through of this week and the last few weeks of training. And now I'm going to get cracking into my threshold set. So I might depending how it feels, I'll get the camera out during these sessions and give you a glimpse of what my threshold pace feels like. All right, catch you later. So that's the first 10-minute effort done. 6:49 target. I think I did about 6:47 for that 10-minute block. 3-minute recovery now. Heart rate coming down nicely. 3-minute recovery into another 5-minute effort. So I've got about another minute easy into the next 5-minute effort. See you in a minute. So that's the 3 threshold efforts done. 10-minute, 5-minute, 10-minute blocks of threshold. 3-minute recovery after the first 10-minute block. 1-minute recovery after the 5-minute block. Straight into the last 10-minute block. And then it's just a 1.5 mile jog recovery home after this. So target pace was 6:49. I think I did 6:48. 6:47 probably, 6:48 or 9 at the end, so pretty much bang on. I'll put my Strava or Garmin lap details overlaid onto the video anyway, so you can have a look at the splits if you're a bit geeky and nerdy with the numbers like I am. It's kind of what motivates me, to be honest, and keeps me going, is having these target paces and then trying to hit them. And it's really hard, you know. 6:49 miling for a lot of people is jogging, you know, it's cool down, warm-up pace. But that's where I am, and that's what I'm trying to improve. So it's really important that I don't compare myself to others. I just do what's right for me to get me stronger and faster. You know, I'm not other people aren't me, so I've not had other people's lifestyle, upbringing, job history, physical history. So it doesn't matter what anyone else can do, whether they're older or younger than me. Doesn't matter. I'm really not bothered. I don't compare myself to others. I'll do what's right for me, and if I'm happy, that's all that matters. I really don't mind too much. My goal to my own, and that's what I'm trying to break. So there we go. That's today's session. 3 threshold sets, 10, 5, 10 minutes, and I've got a nice easy run recovery tomorrow. So 5 or 6 miles I think it is tomorrow. Anyway, I'm going to jog home, have a cup of tea, and I'll see you later. Bye.